So for this drawing, we're going to start out with doing some quick gestures or sustained gestures, really. So find a place where you can go and observe some people in action. I decided to go take a walk, and I went down to Sloan's Lake and saw people, walking, jogging, biking, doing things, and I was able to sit down and observe people, 5 minutes at a time. I did 8 sustained gesture drawings. 4 of them were on one large sheet of 18 by 24-inch drawing paper that I folded up so that I could kind of have a little bit more manageable size. I started with a colored pencil, or basically a little ballpoint pen. I did something really quick and then switched to like a darker pen and roughed in some kind of more defined outlines. So I created this collection of quick drawings, and then I brought them back home to produce a larger work. So what I have here is a series of sustained gesture drawings that I made when I went to the lake. So you can see I folded them. It's a little bit hard to like draw on the slide without people knowing, so I just folded it up so it'd be easier for me to like work a little bit smaller and conceal what I was doing, and also to work quickly. So I have those that I did on one full sheet of paper, and then I have these other 4 that I did on individual sheets of paper. And now that I'm back at home, I'm going to play around with different ways that I can pull these together a little bit more expressively, just have some fun like with a bit of ink wash to start. And then I'm thinking that I'm going to take those other drawings that are on separate sheets of paper and collage them in. Because people, when you do collage, you don't think about collaging your own work into your own work, which I think can be pretty interesting as a unique way to deal with a drawing. Sustained gesture drawings are, each one of these I did for about 5 minutes, or as long as I could. If somebody like was gonna move for me, that was a bit tough. So now I'm just gonna like add a bit of ink wash in there to just give it some atmosphere and environment. So you can see like on some of them where I had to like shift gears in the middle of the drawing. So I'm just using this ink wash in an expressive way to maybe add a suggestion of movement, or shading, or maybe a shadow, or some other kind of mark to add something to the figure. I noticed that it's like picking up that brown pen I was drawing with a little bit. I kind of like that. So there's some sort of tint of brown color to it as well. And then, that helps also to, maybe work across the piece, try to make a little bit of a connection between the figures, try to think about this as a more interesting composition rather than just something that you would, do quick and throw away. How can we make this into a more unique looking, maybe more finished drawing? So it's kind of fun to work with something that you see in real life, and then something that you can then later be a little bit more inventive with in different ways. So maybe I can use the black to emphasize a little bit of grounding on the figures, or movement like I did with the bicycler. Okay. So that was just a quick wash there, and then I'm going to let this sit and dry. You notice I've taped it down like I usually do, and then once it dries, I'll come back and see how I might play around with collaging in those other figures that I did the drawings of and make it an interesting looking piece. So as the ink has been drying here, I cut out my figures from my other sheets of paper, and you can see, how I can play around with applying them to this larger composition. Consider how I might like work on making a weird or interesting juxtaposition between the different figures and make it kind of unique and active looking in terms of the composition. Like you could play around with how they interact with each other. I don't know, see, how one might fit in with another, and play around with it for a while, and move the figures around, see about possible configurations and what might be most interesting. Like, they don't have to all just be like perfectly upright or anything like that. So the other cool thing is that like you have the matte medium that I asked you to buy, which is actually a painting medium. So the matte medium can be used for diluting paint for acrylic painting, but you can also use it in a great way to collage elements into another work. So that's how I like to use it. I buy quite a bit of it because I can use it for image transfers, I can use it for a whole lot of different things. Now that I have, the drawings all collaged in, I can take another look at the composition before I pull the tape off and decide if there's, anything else that I want to do to maybe activate the space or make the figures more interesting. You can use whatever materials you like. Just think about, since I put the medium on there, the ink wash and the gouache aren't gonna adhere that well, so I wanna choose something that like maybe, my pens, or I could use charcoal and smudge things around, or acrylic paints, whatever you have, I'm totally open to that. So maybe I'll, see what I can do with a little bit of charcoal, because I don't want these figures to be totally framed in. I want to kind of play around with the space, maybe give a little bit of an atmosphere at the edges to complete the drawing. So this one's kind of fun, you can include the figure, include the observational part of it, but then also, add your own expressive qualities to the piece, which I enjoy doing. And now that we're at this, end of the course, getting to more, advanced ways of looking at drawing, it can be a bit of fun. And then, when I use the charcoal on that medium, you might notice that it also picks up the texture of the paint, which could be kind of nice. I can zoom in on one part of it there that I just did. You see that? There's a little bit of the texture of the paint. So you can play with that. You can decide you like it or you don't like it. It's up to you. So, fill out the space. You could also use some white. So I'll start with, a bit more dark areas, and then maybe I'll go back in with a bit of acrylic white paint as well. I like how these figures are, flowing into one another in an interesting way. And since I was able to draw people from life, I was drawing them outdoors in their active environment. I got a lot of interesting natural poses of people in action. So that's what I definitely encourage you to do with your work. I know it's sometimes hard to, draw on the sly when people are out doing stuff, but that's part of the fun of it. It's part of getting the nature of what you're seeing around you in your space. So I say embrace that. So now I'm going to get a little bit of white gesso or white acrylic paint, whichever one you have. I know I had you buy the gesso, so that probably works best for everybody. And then you can use that to maybe, push the charcoal around a little bit more, or lighten up areas that you think are too dark. You can, go into even areas of the figure that you feel like were, problematic or that you didn't like. Define some edges. You can stick your fingers in things. Hey, why not? Having that that white in there combined with the charcoal creates kind of a nice silvery tone that I tend to like, and you know, adds to the atmosphere and the layers that you've got going. And this was pretty easy to do. You know, I did those quick sustain gestures. They were like basically 5 minutes each, and then these add-ons that I'm bringing in are just fast expressive marks. So have some fun with this. And don't forget to photograph your process as well. Take photos of some of the individual works before you collage them in. Take a photo of maybe where you decide to collage them down, and then also of the final piece, right? And so the other thing too is that you don't even necessarily have to do charcoal. You can maybe add in pencil marks as well. The woodless pencil is nice, or something that's kind of dark and a little bit greasier, the blacker pencil that you have. You could add in a little bit of a variety of mark. It's totally up to you. So step back every once in a while, and then decide, okay, I'm done now, or I'm not.